TikToker Rodney Peterson's horrible MMA record revealed, Nate Diaz and Jake Paul trade more barbs, and Conor McGregor to bare knuckle fighting championship. Rodney Peterson Jr., the TikToker who was choked out by Nate Diaz in a street fight in March, is a former MMA fighter with a woeful record. Peterson, who pursued Diaz with the intention of engaging, per Diaz's attorney, was neutralized by the UFC legend when a bar fight spilled out to the streets of New Orleans. Diaz had no intention of fighting, but was forced to react when Peterson stubbornly chased him down. Afterward, Peterson claimed that Diaz was the one who attacked him because he resembles Logan Paul, whose brother Jake will fight Diaz in a boxing match in August. Peterson is a former MMA fighter with 5 amateur fights, according to SureDog, and 6, according to Tapology. According to SureDog, Peterson fought and lost 5 times in his amateur bouts in 2014 and 2015, and he was finished in all, with 2 knockouts, 2 technical knockouts, and a submission. According to Tapology, Peterson lost 6 times with a 100% finish rate. With such a horrible MMA record, Peterson shouldn't have gotten anywhere near a legend of the sport such as Nate Diaz. Maximum marks for trying, nonetheless. To his credit, however, Peterson does have an odd boxing win, which he boasts about on his Instagram. But he'd surely get knocked out against Nate Diaz in an all-out boxing contest too, and we're ready to bet our house on it. A boxing match between Nate Diaz and Jake Paul is far more intriguing, however. Paul and Diaz are scheduled to face each other in a boxing contest in Texas on August 5th. And despite Diaz's legal issues pertaining to Rodney Peterson, he is positive that the fight will happen. The fight is currently scheduled for 8 rounds, but Diaz wants a 12-round fight, which he thinks is possible since Paul is on steroids. Quote, 12 rounds. You're on steroids, so let's put that shit to work. Naturally, Paul fired back and dragged Conor McGregor into his tirade too. Quote, are you speaking to me, Nathan? We haven't forgotten that you tested positive for steroids. You and your boyfriend Conor are juice heads. Let's do 15 rounds and see how good those cannabis-corroded lungs are. Vada's going to be coming to Stockton to slap you up. One of the perks of being a global combat sports superstar is that one never runs out of options, just like Nate Diaz. While he's already booked to fight Jake Paul in boxing, former UFC lightweight champion Eddie Alvarez would love to welcome him in bare-knuckle fighting.
I think me and Nate Diaz in this would be like, it'd be like, but he don't want to fight me. I think me and Nate would be beautiful. I think a rematch with Cowboy would be great. Mike Perry's available. I mean, Mike Perry's the king of bare knuckle. Any one of these guys, I mean, just bring me a big fight.
Would you like to see Nate Diaz in bare knuckle boxing? While Nate Diaz hasn't said a word about bare knuckle fighting, Conor McGregor is ready to test his limits. After Mike Perry defeated Luke Rockhold in a bare knuckle boxing match at BKFC 41, he invited Conor McGregor into the ring for a face-off. Later, in an Instagram post, McGregor accepted Perry's challenge by saying he'd love to throw down without gloves in the future. Quote, call me Slicey, Bear Paw. Styles make fights, as well as rule sets, as well as everything. If you're scared, go to church. I was called into the bare knuckle ring last night. I fear nothing, no man that breathes air. I only fear God and abide by God. And if God guides me to a professional bare-knuckle fight in my time for my new world title, I do. It was really interesting out there for sure. Congrats to the fighters. 2 of my old foes, Eddie Alvarez and Chad Mendez, competed in a barn buster. And a guy who Cowboys submitted in a round is now the man in this sport beating a former middleweight world champion. Incredible. Think about that for a second. Understand that as fans what fighting is. Take note of it. What fighting is. It's a new day every day. Every fight with every person on every given day is different. It's why I love it so much. It's why I respect it so much. Fighting is different and of. This fight took place in the 185-pound division. I've not fought at that weight before, but I can get there nicely as a refrigerator freezer for sure. Who knows but God, and I trust God. BKFC President Dave Feldman was surely the happiest person post-BKFC 41 because the event went viral after McGregor's appearance in the ring.
Fact is, it was a viral moment for us. And the fact is, when he's talking about it, everybody else in the combat sports world is talking about it. So it was a great thing for us.
For now, McGregor is fully focused on reclaiming his lost UFC glory, and his road to redemption starts this summer when he faces Michael Chandler in a blockbuster welterweight fight. Will Conor McGregor become a UFC champion again? Give us your thoughts on today's stories in the comments section below. If you liked our video, please subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so that you can stay up to date with the latest happenings in the world of MMA. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.